Hey, beautiful souls. It's Brooke. Happy Pisces lunar eclipse, everyone. How are you all feeling? Let me just say the last 2 weeks for me, I have been really feeling this portal energy. Okay. And when it starts kicking in, it's like I'm literally surfing timelines and it can feel very sci-fi. It can almost feel like what is reality when we start getting into that eclipse energy. Okay. So I did pull some of my moon cards to get an idea of what's going to be going on with this Pisces lunar eclipse. I'm also going to be holding my Pisces lunar eclipse healing circle at 8 p.m. tonight. Would love to see you there. Would love to have you there with us. And you can join going to my website and following the events link. You'll see it right there. So, the first thing that I get, and what's interesting is I just did my divine masculine and divine feminine energy check-ins, and I do have some of the same cards that showed up with them. So that's showing me consistency. We're staying right on track. We're having the same energy come in. So the first thing that I get is clear your mind. Last quarter moon in Gemini. Then I get last quarter moon in Libra, make time for self-love. And then I get full moon in Sag, see the big picture. And then I get last quarter moon, reflect over your priorities, and first quarter moon in Aries, step into your power. Okay, so just remember our mind plays tricks on us. All right. So stay in the energy of everything is always working out for me. All my hopes, wishes, dreams, desires, desire me too. And make time for self love. Self love is how you teach others how to treat you. And it's also going to help you to be able to see the bigger picture of how things are meant to go together as well. All right. So let's dive into the chart, shall we? Okay. So this full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces is going to be taking place at 22:34 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. You might want to check your time zones wherever you're at because it's going to be happening at a different time for you guys, but it will be taking place this evening at 22:34, where I am located on the East Coast. Now, this is the biggest thing that I have been getting with this Pisces full moon lunar eclipse. Okay. Is this. We need to keep our eye on the water, first and foremost, okay? And we have already seen that as far as the different hurricanes are concerned. We've already seen that as far as things moving around on the water. So for the next 2 weeks, okay, keep an eye on the ocean, keep an eye on the water. There's going to be a lot taking place, okay? We've already seen it. We've already seen an uptick of what's truly going on. Now, we have the sun at 25 degrees of Virgo, and we also have the moon at 25 degrees Pisces. Now, we are getting ready for the nodes to move into Virgo and Pisces. So this is going to give us a very good indication of how the next 18 months is going to be looking for us, having the nodes in those signs. So we have a lot still in Pisces We still have Neptune at retrograde at 28 degrees Pisces. And then we also have Saturn retrograde at 15 degrees Pisces. Now, Saturn is working out of the square with Jupiter, and that's a good thing, right? Neptune is working into a square with Mars. We have Pluto now at 29 degrees Capricorn, which is in pretty good harmonious aspects with Uranus, that is now at 27 degrees Taurus. We have Mercury at 14 degrees of Virgo, that's going to be squaring over here to Jupiter. So pay attention to the conversations that you're having, especially with all this energy in Pisces. Okay, your emotions could be really, really, really high, especially with having Mars in Cancer. Now, the last blog post that I did and the last blog post update that I put up, as soon as Mars moved into Cancer, I warned you guys about crimes of passion. And a couple of days ago, we had a pew pew with Trump, and this is going to be number 2. Now, I have been debating on making a video just to reiterate some things that I've said over the last 3 years. And one of the biggest things that I have said over the last 3 to 4 years is that we are not going to war, we have been at war. And after the last 2 pew pews on Trump, it has never been so clear as to what's actually taken place. So I do feel just in the last 48 hours, the entire collective is just now seeing that, hey, there is a civil war that's been taking place. There is a civil war that has been going on for the last 4 years, and we're just now clearly seeing how close to home it truly is. And I know people have thought I was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs for saying that for the last 3 years, but this is the thing. They're not going to come out and tell us that these things are happening. They're trying to eliminate the opposition in order to take full control. And that's more or less what's happening, unfortunately. And we're going to see more of this now that we have Pluto at 29 degrees of Capricorn. So all of these Capricornian structures that are not truly in line with the divine, this is where we're going to start seeing those break down, especially while Pluto is retrograding in Capricorn. That's Pluto's job. Pluto is there to blow up everything that is not meant to be on our destined path. And, this is the thing. Every Aquarius season, every winter, I will set the intentions. Pluto, if it is not part of my destined path, and if it's not meant to be walking with me on this journey, please step in and blow it up. And I set those intentions for a reason because I know that that's Pluto's job. So the faster that I can eliminate anything that is not meant to be on my destined path, the faster I can get to where I'm supposed to be going. So I'm definitely one of those that will willingly call in the towers. I will willingly bring the towers to me so I can clear whatever karma needs to be cleared, so I can clear any residual that needs to be cleared in order to move to the next lesson, the next adventure, the next thing that I'm going to be doing. Okay. So remember your free will. Remember that you hold the power to do those things. Remember that you are the one that's driving your ship. So pay attention to what your guides are telling you. Pay attention to what's coming up to the surface. Let go of everything that's no longer serving you to your greatest good and highest joy, and know that what is meant for you will always be for you. Now, keep in mind, um, it's 11:23. So keep in mind that we still have Lilith down here dancing back and forth over the south node. We also have Juno here too, as well, along with Venus. Now, every time Lilith dances back and forth on the south node, there is a lot brought up to the surface as far as crimes against humanity, human trafficking, different things like that. And it was just released yesterday that P. Diddy was arrested. So be prepared for more of that to be brought up to the surface. Be prepared for more people being arrested, especially with this Mercury opposition with Saturn. Okay, so it might feel like you're just not able to get your words out. You're really being controlled. You're not able to speak. You're not able to think. And that Saturn opposition with Mercury, it can feel like you're just not able to express yourself, right? Because Saturn can represent control. It can represent being cold, harsh, isolated. Now, the best way to work with that is to lean into that um, energy, whether it be a positive or a negative, okay, because it's not really opposing. When you bring those energies together, you're able to work with them, and it doesn't feel like it's so much outside of you versus within you, right? Because I truly like to stay and lean in and kind of ebb and flow back and forth with the energy that's opposing me. So my opposing energy is going to be that Virgo, right? So I lean into that Virgo a little bit more so I don't feel like it's opposing me. It's not outside of me because it's all within me. And that's what I would recommend doing, especially going through the next 2 weeks. Lilith is going to continue lighting that up. This is going to be a theme until all of that darkness is brought to light. Now, I'm not a big fan of having Venus in Libra. However, and it's only because she's on my stellium. I'm not a fan of any planets transiting my stellium. It can be intense energy. However, Venus is very happy in Libra because Venus rules Libra. So there's going to be a lot of balancing out when it comes to our relationships, how much you're showing up for your relationships, how much you're showing up for yourself. And that's the reason why make time for self-love is showing up, if you want to know the truth. Because if you are not taking care of you, you're not going to be able to take care of your relationships, your children. This goes back to the whole airplane thing, right? When the airplane's emergency system kicks in and all of the masks fall down from the top, what is the first thing that they tell you? They tell you to take care of you and then take care of your children, because if you're not taking care of you first, you're not going to be able to take care of your children. So this Venus and Libra energy, that's exactly what it's showing us, right? And Venus is working her way into a square with Pluto. So there could be a lot of towers that's taken place within your relationships. I know for me, healing that narcissist empath template, and this is something that I've spoke very openly about. These towers will only present themselves when I start placing boundaries with the takers, because the givers are the ones that end up having to place those boundaries. The takers will always continue taking. So keep that in mind. As this Venus and Pluto square starts getting a little bit closer, this is going to happen over the next couple of weeks. Okay, because they're only really within a 6-degree orb being in a square, and you may feel that and you may see that within your relationships, but also your money too, right? Because Venus is going to rule our relationships, it's also going to rule our money. So If these towers are showing up, if these towers are taking place, they're there for your greatest good and highest joy. Remember, it's not happening to me, it's happening for me. And the reason being is because we are here in Earth School. We're meant to be learning lessons. Okay. And in those lessons, some of that has to do with karmic debt, and some of that karmic debt and being paid, you have to go through the process of the tower. This is why I say don't hold on so tightly to things, right? Hold on loosely. So as things are being brought up to the surface, as towers are taking place, you're not trying to hold on to something that is meant to be leaving your life. Okay. Let it go, let it flow. Like literally let it go and let it flow. And the reason being is because we will continue to get beat up if we are holding on to things that are no longer serving us. And if that has to do with your negative self-talk, if that has to do with you putting everybody else in front of other people, okay, make time for self-love. That is also going to go back to people pleasing tendencies. Maybe the lesson is you are to set that boundary and say, no, I have already given enough and I'm not given any more. Okay. People that love you are not going to be upset with your boundaries because they love you. It's only going to be the people that are taking advantage of you that are going to be upset with your boundaries. And if you are placing boundaries and people are mad at you, it's a clear indication that those people are not in your corner, that they're just using you. Trust me. I've gone through the process way too many times. I've got way too many t-shirts to tell you guys. When you set those boundaries, the only people that get angry are the ones that's taking advantage of you. So if you're setting boundaries and people are getting angry, let it go. They're not worth it because they're not truly here for you. I want to see if I can get any more coming out. Okay, now keep in mind, Mars is getting ready to activate and come into that grand water trine with Saturn and Poseidon, the tower. Oh, yeah, I'm feeling that. I'm feeling that big time. I mean, this just confirms what I just said. Okay, this just confirms what I just said. The lovers. The lovers has been showing up a lot lately. One more, please. Okay. This 10 of Wands has been showing up a lot too. So I get the 7 of Wands. So when the tower shows up, stand firm in who you are. Okay, especially if you're having to sit towers with other people. If you're having to sit towers with other people, I get the 9 of Pentacles. When you're having to set towers with other people, this is going to establish those boundaries and letting them and teaching them how they're allowed to treat you. It is part of the process. It is what you have to do. Okay, you really want to stay out of focusing on the negative and not being able to see the positive when going through this process. And the reason being is because if you're always focused on what's not working, okay, all of the cups that have been spilled, right? you're always focused on what's not working, you're not going to be able to see things coming together clearly. That is everything that you've asked for. The Three of Cups, celebration, abundance, happiness. Ding. So just remember, it's not happening to me, it's happening for me. And this has to happen in order to clear the people out of your life that doesn't need to be there. So if people are leaving, let them go. If towers are happening, let it go. Do not hold on to it. Okay. Yeah, do not hold on to it, because that's the karma that's being cleared. You have to allow for the karma to clear in order to move forward on your destined path. So let it go. And this is Pluto. I get the Tower and the Devil. This is Pluto. Okay. And this is what's going to get you everything. Two of Cups and the Lovers. Yeah. This is what's going to get you everything that you want. Give me one more, please. Okay. Eight of Cups. Yeah. This is what's going to get you everything that you want in order to move you forward. So let the karma clear, let the karma go in order for the people that are meant to be walking with you to show up. That's the hardest part of the journey, is going through and setting those intentions and being like, God, whoever's not with me, please remove them from my life. And then the towers start happening. People start leaving. People start getting upset. And then you go through this feeling of, what have I done wrong? Why are people walking away? When in reality, you asked for it. Okay. So if people are leaving, towers are happening, you're right on time. Literally right on time. And know that, right? All right, guys, I'm going to be doing my full moon Pisces lunation cycle healing circle at 8 p.m. this evening. You can join through my website under the events tab. Would love to see you there. Love to have you join us. And I will be back for another lunation cycle update in a couple of weeks. I love you guys. We'll talk very soon. Bye.